Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Here getting ready to organize my pantry. So if you love a good before and after, keep watching. So I wanted to just give a little backdrop on what we have. We are currently renting a house and I moved here from an apartment. So we do have a nice sized pantry compared to the one that we had before. We've lived here for a couple months and the system from our apartment, I kind of just brought over here and like dumped into this pantry. And I was like, I'll just deal with it whenever I get time. So it's officially time because it's bad. But I didn't want to spend like $1 million redoing it. And I've been watching a little bit of the home edit and it, you know, makes you want to reorganize everything, but also like it's just not realistic to spend that much money for me. So I have some things from Target and some things from like Marshall's and some things from the Dollar Tree. So I'll kind of walk you through my thought process behind everything and to show you how I organize for like real life, because although I love the aesthetic Pinterest pantry, it may not be like real life functionable for us. So let's get started. Here is the official before. This is if you're standing at the door looking inside. I don't know if I would call it a walk-in, maybe a step-in or corner pantry. You can tell as I zoom in over the shelves that my attempt was to be organized. It's just not working. As we get closer to the top, you'll see my official short girl problems because I just gotta toss everything up there and hope it doesn't follow me. So we need to change this for sure. When I started, my goal was to just pull everything out of the pantry and get it all separated and organized and then go in and clean the pantry really good from the top to the bottom. After a couple trips of pulling stuff out, I started getting kind of overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that I had in there, so I had to reevaluate my plan. So I'm kind of slowly realizing that like with the amount of food that I have, taking all of it out and cleaning the pantry all at one time just is not going to work out. This is how it looks so far. I'm gonna just wipe out everything in here and then kind of start organizing stuff that I already have pulled out and then put it back in. I had been looking for some type of storage or way to organize our cans, so I ordered these off of Amazon. I kind of ended up having a love-hate relationship with them, which you'll see why later. But once I got them built and figured out how to fit in the pantry, I really do love them now. As I was going through everything, I went ahead and checked the expiration date so I could toss anything that was old. So the suspense sound effect that you heard, I added that. But the cans falling all over the ground, that was because I decided to load it on the counter. Do not do that if you buy these. Also be sure to measure where you want to put them because they don't fit everywhere, as you can see. I tried to clean off this top shelf so that I could put them up there. But once I put them up there, I started thinking, am I going to want to climb up this ladder every time I want to get a can out? And the answer to that was no. So my tip would be whenever you're thinking about where to place your items, think about how often you need to access them. And the ones that you use the most, put where they're easily accessible. I had to get a little creative here because it started falling through the cracks. So I just cut up a piece of cardboard and used it as a liner for the shelf until I was able to buy a different one. Remember how I said to measure to make sure your stuff's going to fit in there the way you want it to? Yeah. After I took a nice break to cool down, I came back and started separating things by bins. These particular bins came from Target. I can link them down below, but really any bins that you already have on hand will work fine. One thing I am using is these are, I think they're like $2 from Walmart, but I'm gonna put the stuff that I have open in these. So I've got like one for rice, but I've got brown rice and white rice. And then this is gonna be our regular pasta. I'm gonna open one and keep it in here. And I'm gonna come back and label them. I do generally like to keep 3 things of pasta and plenty of rice. That way I don't have to like run out to the store and spend extra money and time. And with COVID and everything, like nobody wants to make extra trips to the store. So when I'm there, I just buy like 3 or 4 of each thing so that I know that we have enough. It ended up working pretty well to just kind of pull everything out and clean in sections as I went. Here, while I was sorting things, I went ahead and put all of like my sauce packets and things like that in a smaller size container, and I moved them over in the cabinet where I keep my seasonings. So here's the halfway point. We ended up just putting that shelf up because those can holders wouldn't fit in between them. So we're working it out. If I owned, I would have just taken that out. But since we're renting, whenever we go to move, I want to be able to just pop it back down where it goes. That looks pretty. This side is still a hot mess. And this is the current state of my kitchen. So it always gets worse before it gets better. While you're separating your food, think about, where do I use this item? Do I come to the pantry and get it out and eat it right away? Or is it like an ingredient that I'm grabbing from the stove? So that way, as you're figuring out what bin to put it in or where to place it, you don't want to walk across your kitchen to grab like a spice or something out the pantry when you could just reach up in the cabinet. So that's something that took a while, was just really thinking about the purpose of where I wanted to place everything. And God love this man, whenever he walked through the kitchen, I was like, oh, wait, I need help, so that he could reach up there and I didn't have to use the ladder again. Because what he can do in like 3 seconds takes me like 20 minutes. Whenever I was putting the food back in there, I was trying to think like, who eats this and how often are they reaching in here to get it? So the stuff that was used the most often, I tried to keep at eye level. And then the stuff that the kids are grabbing for more often, I tried to put at their level. I think every system that you try to create in your home, you end up kind of tweaking for a couple weeks after you put it in place to just readjust to make it work better. So don't think right off the bat that everything is going to be exactly perfectly where it should go and it's just going to flow really smoothly. You have to kind of move things around to see what works the best once you're actually using it. Okay, so today is actually day 2. of organizing the pantry because I totally underestimated like how long it takes to do this. So I spent like 4.5 or 5 hours on it yesterday, which is just insanity. So I think all I have left to do today is just labeling, and then I'll show you what it looks like after. One tip I have for when you're labeling, I'm just gonna use my label maker. I don't have like super fancy labels, but I'm gonna keep it very like, I'm gonna keep my labels very generic because I don't buy the same stuff all the time. So I'm gonna put like granola bars, but like not what type, or crackers and cookies and not what type, because I don't want to go back every time I buy something different and have to like relabel and all of that. I want it to be very, very easy to maintain, because that's my main goal, is to have systems that I can maintain, and that I will, because if they're difficult or if they require a lot of effort, I'm not going to keep up with it, and it'll look exactly like it did before I started, and I would have just wasted my time. So I will show you how I end up labeling it, and then I think we're finally done. Yes. Here's the after from the doorway. So like our aluminum foil and all of that, like our plastic wrap, and then lunch boxes, so that they're like our least often used. So I'm not climbing up there for nothing every single day. And then we've got breakfast items here, and then adult snacks and chips more so, and then kids snacks here a little lower, and then we've got like our overflow drinks, and then the stuff to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so like bread and then peanut butter and jelly. And then in this like awkward place back here, I kind of just tucked things that we have like extra of, so that I can quick look back there, but you know, you're not making a mess trying to dig back there all the time. So I know the things that we have extra of. And then up here is like our plastic bags, and then this is our reusable plastic bags. And then over here we've got our canned items up top, and then rice, pasta, and gluten-free pasta, and then just like all of our random sauces and dressings, and then pasta sauce and Alfredo sauce, and then broths and like dessert, like things that we use to make desserts, like s'mores if we have a fire, or Rice Krispie treats. And then the only reason I keep the trash bags right there is because my kids take out the trash, and so it's easier for them to just grab it. In like a perfect world, I wouldn't have them in the pantry, but it's just what's easier. And then I just have extra drinks down at the bottom. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for being a trooper. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought was the funniest thing that happened in the video. And if you enjoyed the content, please like the video and subscribe. We put out new videos every Saturday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.